Howdy, and welcome back to Slide Bites. Just a little bit of some strumming on the old, well, actually new Fender acoustic electric guitar here. This is the FA135CE, running through the Fender Acoustasonic 40, which is actually the subject of this review. We'll talk about the guitar eventually, but today this is going to be all about this amazing budget, honestly, an amazing deal of an acoustic guitar amplifier. So, get right into this. This is, again, the Fender Acoustic 40. I actually got this as an open box dent and scratch, basically. Screw working its way out. Anyway, it's not in the best shape. I got it for 150 bucks. I actually advertised it as the Fender Acoustasonic 15. 15, I believe is what it is. And it's the smaller one with the single 6-inch speaker. This one has two channels. And I was going to get the smaller one, and this is what they shipped me. And I talked to Guitar Center about it, and they told me this is what they intended to send me. This is it. So, okay. So I guess we're cool. Yeah. I explained the situation to him and said, "Nope, you got what was supposed to be sent to you." So, okay. More power is more power. 2 channels is 2 channels. Either way, it was supposed to be an open box deal. You'll see here, I don't know if you can quite see it super well, but you can actually see it's a little bulge and split down the side, and that's probably why it was so cheap. I don't know about the description saying it was the 15, but I can't really explain it. Like I said, talked to him, and I was honest about it. So, points for that, right? Anyway, so this whole thing, a little bit cracked on this side, not a big deal. Got one screw kind of working its way out on the side, but again, that's not really a big deal to me. Like I've said before, I don't typically buy used guitars, but I will buy used amplifiers, effects, and things like that. And I have no problem with that. And I have no problem with things not being necessarily perfect. And especially for 150 bucks for 2-channel acoustic electric guitar amplifier. So getting into the amp itself, again, you have 2 channels and 2 6-inch speakers. When you are, I'm just using 1 channel here. These are combined inputs, so you can use mics, or they're actually the hybrid style, so you can actually, I didn't realize this when I first saw it. I was like, what is this input? And then I realized, holy cow, that is a combo, so I can plug a standard, 1/4-inch guitar cable in there, and or you can do mic cables, or I believe it's the XLR input is what they call it, something like that. Anyway, yeah, so that's pretty cool. Didn't realize that they did that, so I learned something. And then you have your standard volume, bass, middle, treble, and reverb, which is max right now, which actually you can hear that. It's not... It's not extremely noticeable. It's a very subtle thing. And it's like that on both channels. We have played this, my wife and I together. I ran a Washburn on one side, she ran the Fender on the other. Sounds great, and no real issues with that at all. Yeah, she sounds really good. I usually add a bit. I tend to cut my bass a bit on the acoustic guitars and tend to use the guitar's natural body to get some of that bass response. And I like boosting my mids and my trebles on the acoustic. It's just how I do it. I'm sure someone else will tell me I'm wrong, or everyone has their own opinions on how it should be done. But you'll see it's kind of mirrored, and obviously when someone is plugged on this side, they're getting that speaker, and I'm getting the speaker when I'm plugged in on this side. I'm assuming that when no one's over here, you're kind of getting both. At least that's what it sounds like to me when I try to listen. So anyway, so again, 40 watts. And I love this brown Tolex. It is actually I think this is a good looking guitar amplifier, and I think honestly it looks good with any acoustic guitar, stood up next to it. I actually keep it kind of next to my leather. This is my reading chair in my office here. I like to sit here and read and turn on the record player and turn on the Bluetooth function on or something. Just listen to some Naturescapes or some Justin Johnson or something and read something for a little bit. And it's just classy looking. I think this is a great looking amplifier. These two 6-inch speakers are very good. You get a lot of response from them. I wasn't sure how they were going to perform. We guitar players are very picky about our speakers, and we're very picky about speaker size. And so this is one of those times where 6-inch is like, I don't know what to think of that, especially with an acoustic guitar. But really, as I was saying in my last video, small speakers and everything have it's like the miniature, the Nux, or the NUX little amplifier in the Blackstar Fly 3 bass. Those are, by the way, this is Sheriff Woody here. He's actually in almost every video. You just don't always see him because he's usually hiding behind me. Best friend in the world. Well, wife and him. Anyway. But these small speakers have gotten so much better. I mean, it is incredible what a small amplifier and a small speaker can do. I think they were intending this as a small gigging acoustic musician's dream, kind of grab and carry. Maybe they were thinking it was a rehearsal. Honestly, I've seen people play smaller venues with a 15-watt amplifier. No big deal. You can do a church often with this 15 or even a 10-watt amplifier, especially smaller churches. It just depends on where you're at and what you're doing. Small pubs, small bars, small whatever, parties out back. You can do that easily with something like a 15-watt. So a 40-watt, you're jumping a lot, and this thing can get loud. We are only at, I would say 9 o'clock on the volume control, and I could go up a lot louder. And I only had the guitar. Really close. So I don't even have the guitar maxed out in volume either. So again, this thing can get loud, very loud. So I'd be careful and mindful of that when you're playing around with it. Being an acoustic guitar amplifier, there's not a whole lot of stuff to it. It is a very straightforward thing. I think this is a standard kind of like a hall reverb. Yeah, and it sounds pretty good. I tend to be a fan of spring reverb in general. I don't have a problem with hall or plate or any others, but for me, my taste is more spring. But this works just fine, no issue. And I think it sounds pretty darn good with this guitar, especially this is being another Fender, and Fender, again, everyone knows I'm a bit of a Fender guy. Anyway, I do like Fender stuff, and amplifiers especially are. I've not met a Fender amplifier I didn't have a use for so far. I won't say I've loved everything I've played, because not everything's been my style, but I have found every Fender amp has been at some point completely within a niche that I can use it to fill something, because they always sound good. So yeah, and y'all can forgive my precarious perching here of this on a stool, because I don't really have much of a better way of doing it. So yeah, and guys, there's really, again, there's not a whole lot to say. I have tried this with pedals. I tried running the Digitech Bad Monkey, because when I I think I was gifted that pedal. Anyway, when I got that pedal, it had a manual with it that gave you different setups for different tones, different styles of music, and one of them was a light boost on an acoustic. This didn't like that very well. I don't know if it was just location. I was in a different room trying it, so I'm not sure if that was something to do with that, or if it was something with just I don't really know exactly, but it didn't seem to like that very well. The chorus pedal, I used the Boss E2 chorus, because the 15 watt does have a chorus input, or a chorus effect built in. This one just has the reverb, so I personally, the reverb is more useful. The chorus sounds good, I think, but I think in this situation, the chorus, since I was using it in chain with the delay pedal, the chorus, and the Bad Monkey, things just weren't really melishing well with me. I need to try it without the Bad Monkey and in this room with a better power outlets and everything. Just see what I can get going with that, and maybe record some. You know me, every now and then I have little videos on this channel of me playing. Maybe I'll try to get something working with that better in the future with this amplifier. So dubious on pedals. I don't really know exactly what to think of it, so just bear that in mind. But as far as if you're just wanting to get something to play, 40 watts is enough to play a decent sized gig, in my opinion. I think you could easily play a small bar, a pub, with people talking or whatever, a small group of people with you, and be heard. I don't think that'd be an issue at all. I've played a small coffee shop before without a single amplification device whatsoever. No PA, nothing, and everyone heard us. So I'm just saying, it's with acoustic instruments, granted a coffee shop's not as loud or as boisterous as some bars can be, but it's just something to bear in mind. You can play a decent amount of gigs with this, and it sounds really good. The tone is exceptional. The speakers are great. You can do mic in one input and do this guitar in the other input, and you can do both at the same time with one amplifier. This is essentially a mobile PA system, and I like that. It is a great gigging musician's amplifier, acoustic guitar amplifier. If you're an acoustic musician, this is something that would be right up your alley, and I cannot recommend it highly enough for that reason, because I think for the price you're paying, this is one of the best deals out there. I know Acoustic has their own brand of stuff that's pretty good too, from what I've seen and felt and looked at and observed in person. But I think for Fender, for $250 is what this costs brand new. I got it for $150 with some damage on it, but I don't care. But if you can get one of these at a good price, go for it, because it is a handy, useful thing, especially if you're planning on playing on some acoustic gigs and bars or churches or anything like that. Anything where you're gonna have maybe some other people playing with you and you need to be heard. This is great, and if you want to be able to just take something with you and mic up yourself and control all your own things, this is excellent, and I really recommend it. So again, this is a real winner. I think Fender knocked it out of the park with the Acoustic Sonic 40 series. I think maybe there are better sounding amplifiers out there, but you're also going to go up in cost. And I think Acoustic would be the closest competitor to this, in my opinion. But I've only had limited handling with those, so I can't say one way or another whether it would actually sound better. I'm just saying, for a Fender at this price, you're not going wrong. This is an excellent product. So, guys, thanks again for watching Slide Bites. As always, I appreciate everyone who comes back to these videos and watches them. It means a lot to me. And yeah, I will be back to you in hopefully about another week with another guitar-related gear video. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks again. Bye.